If there's a question of my heart, you got.
Hey, wife.
Hi, husband.
We doing this again.
Part 2.
Everybody was asking us to tell our story.
I mean, it's a God-filled, strategic story.
Yeah, he narrated this one.
For sure.
So it's going to be hard to tell based on how he did it, but I think we left off talking about family.
Yep. Family.
Yeah, I was crazy.
It was crazy, but it was like special at the same time.
Yeah.
Right? Because it happened like
I think
so fast.
It's crazy.
Why?
Because what I think a large part of how God was working was through our real life situations.
Right.
And I feel like one of the things that happened when we first met was, I lost my brother.
Oh, yes. Yeah.
And it's funny because I haven't fully grieved him as of yet. So every time I talk about him, I get this little soft, I don't know, something comes into me and I'm still grieving the situation. And so, one of the things that Quianna was around for was when I experienced that, it was hard because I did not want to tell you. And at the time, I got a call. We probably knew each other, if a week or so, 2 weeks.
Maybe 2.
Maybe
like
2 weeks. Going on 2 weeks.
Yeah.
But we was like rocking.
Right.
Like this is literally right after your birthday. So I get the call and I'm, trying to deal with it, addressing the family, and then I'm like, do I tell her? Do I tell her what's going on with me right now, or do I stay to myself? And I wanted something different from what was going on, and I wanted something different for us as far as the relationship. So I was like, you know what? Listen, I just lost my brother. I'm going through this process of trying to get him buried and take care of the funeral. And I was asking you, can you rock with me? Can you roll with me? And it was crazy because I really wasn't expecting her to say yes, but it's like weird because I don't know how you say no to that either, right? Like, how do you even say no to that? But I've also felt obligated to let you know because I was being transparent at the time about everything. Right. And I just kind of wanted you close. I didn't want to manipulate you into being close to me because that's a space you can play. Yeah, I'm saying take advantage of people with. But you showed up and showed out. Like you really was on my arm. Like we've been together forever. Right. Everybody was. You got to meet my sister that day. Everybody. You met like everybody. Right. You met a lot of people that like. It just felt real. It felt real already, and we knew each other almost 2-3 weeks by the time the funeral came. So one of the things I told myself is, when I went through that situation without question, you was right there. Yeah. Like, cause when it came down to losing Terrell, you didn't really know how deep it was until you got around everybody. You got to see that he was like the ace boon. He was he was my little brother. Right. And it still hurts to even think about that. But like I feel like God is so strategic because I've never knew I needed someone in those moments. I've never had people in moments like that. I was always alone. And that's when I can honestly say, I knew I picked the right one. And it wasn't off the strength of nothing about you. Clearly, you're a bad girl. You look good. Clearly, you got a lot going on, but it was just your loyalty to what you decided. And you showed me wife before I even knew what that looked like for real. And I feel like that was the introduction to family, friends energy. Because after that, it spiraled out of control. I met your mom first.
My mom, Bishop.
I don't know.
Bishop.
I don't know. I feel like I popped up at your mom's crib. You popped at your mom's house?
Was it my mom
It
or
had to be
Bishop?
mom.
All right,
I feel like Bishop was last before
What?
your daughter.
No, yes. I think that Bishop was first.
I don't know.
Why do I think Bishop? I don't know. We gotta
I
call.
don't
We gotta ask.
know.
We gotta make a phone call.
But it was almost like
it was
things
short.
were happening. We
Yeah,
had to go
it was
here.
right in the same.
Popped up. The Bishop thing though. That was.
A little intense because.
But it was good though. It was a good intense. It was almost like she checked the person I was about to become.
Right. So they don't know that Bishop is my grandmother as well. So
Yeah, grandma,
think about
Gima.
it. Yeah. My grandmother plus my Bishop. It's like a double whammy. But it wasn't, planned.
Nah, it wasn't planned.
It was more so just, hey, we're in the area. Let's go by my grandmother's.
Were we dropping off towels? We were dropping off towels. It was something because this was all happening at that time.
literally.
Yeah, that was all happening at that time.
And she kind of like read your rights. Mm-hmm. Well, she was really nice though.
She also
just spoke into your life.
She spoke into my life.
That's what I
right.
meant by read your rights. She like spoke into your life.
She said, "You know Jesus, right?"
Oh no, you can't leave her presence without knowing, Jesus.
Yeah, she said, "I feel like you know Jesus, but there's a call on your life." She said, "There's a call on my life," and that was, that's what hit me. I'm like, this woman don't know me from Adam. You know what I'm saying?
And I didn't tell her anything.
So I felt that.
Yeah.
And I immediately me and her, we've bonded on another level since then. But it was like we got to meet each other's family without time going by. Without
meeting my mom was cool.
You ready to meet moms? You ready to meet? Like we didn't talk about it. Just
my mom was cool.
Moms is so cool. She made
so
me feel like I
cool.
was a part of the family immediately.
And she said that.
Yeah.
She literally texted me, was like, I feel like I met Aaron. I knew Aaron. He's a part of the family already. And I'm like, yeah.
Yeah, I like moms. Moms is
She's
like
the
my
coolest.
moms. They're very much similar in a lot of ways.
Yeah, we talked about that.
And and then I got to meet the gang, the younger ones, your sister,
right? My sister,
your
my
brother.
niece, my brother.
I think I met your brother one day. He just popped up in the gym.
Yeah, no, my brother's literally. Are you?
He's always nothing was planned. Nothing was all like strategically set up for me for everyone to be comfortable.
On the family dinner on Sunday, absolutely not. It was like this family member, that family member, and then we all in. But I met your family.
That was a setup.
Now we can talk about being set up. That was a whole setup.
But that wasn't really it wasn't planned through me. You know what I'm saying? I didn't know. I didn't know nothing.
Okay, first of all, wait.
I knew something.
In order for them to even do that, they had to know.
They know
that
about
I was
you.
away.
Yeah, because I'm talking.
You know what I mean? Like if you had to,
tell
them
for them to have to catch
okay,
you before.
let the people know.
Yeah, because I talked to my family about you in depth about who you are, what you do.
Okay.
It was they liked you without knowing you at that point, and then by the time. Huh?
I actually like them. I love them too, though. Like they welcomed me.
If you love me, you're going to definitely love them.
I love them more. No, I can't. I love them more, but no, they were definitely very, very welcoming and loving. I think it was Supri's birthday party.
Yeah.
That I met your mom and your sisters and some of the friends.
Wow, yeah, you're right because
you know what I mean. Your sister's husband, I met people.
No,
your side.
You didn't meet everybody before that praying at the house.
Oh yeah, I thought this was. Okay.
That was before that.
Wow. Okay, wait. So wait.
I thought you said setup. So now,
no, wait.
I thought that's what you was talking about.
No.
Do you want to talk?
No, you tell. Wait. No. Let me get this straight. So it was your sister's house first.
My sister's been building that house for years.
Yeah.
And
beautiful.
God is so good. She's at the latter part of that project, but I was like, Mom been asking for me to come to Sunday dinner. Mm-hmm. I got a girlfriend, so it's only right she pops up with me.
Okay.
So
and I'm nervous, by the way. Hello.
We thinking, mind you, this is a 2.5, 3 hour drive from Jersey.
The whole ride. I'm like, God, please let everybody be cool. Oh, give me the right words.
You didn't meet nobody.
I'm like,
you met my sister at the funeral, but that was brief.
That was brief, and she was not even in an emotional state.
It wasn't a really meeting. I get that.
No.
So we get to Long Island. I get a text. Go to the house.
Mm-hmm. This is on our way there.
We're almost there already. She's like, meet me at the house. I'm like, at the house for what? Like for what? I'm not thinking nothing of it. So I'm like, all right, cool. We pop up. When we go through the door, about 13, 14, 15 people.
Okay, guys, this is a whole squad. Okay.
So I look at her. She looks at me. I'm like, I don't know, babe.
Yeah.
So my sister immediately says, I know this is kind of crazy, but
No. Immediately, I get in there 2 minutes, not even, and I'm like,
but I'm gonna need you to pray for this crib. And I'm like,
and I'm in my heels.
hold on.
No, but then what I say? Go to the car, get my
Yeah,
oil
but you
and
know
my
me, I
shoes.
did my thing. I'm like, yo, hold on, y'all not about to just like confiscate my
And I'm
girl.
like, it's okay, it's fine.
But I kind of had to say, I was like, babe, I kind of told him that you're a praying woman or whatever, and I guess they got that word from God to make sure that they ask you to come in. So you put the oil on everybody, put the oil on the crib.
And I'm giving the oil to everybody.
Mom's talking in tongues. And
Yeah,
so
Mom.
here's the crazy part.
That was the moment I was like,
My mom and my sisters, everybody come up to me. Well, they tell her that they love her, but then they come to me, good job.
It's the
It's too much. And I'm like, oh my gosh. So it was just like God was just moving.
Yeah,
and
he was very strategic in ways that I wasn't ready for people to know. Like, you came out full Quianna. Right, full Quianna. Like, it was like, hi, my name is Quianna. Like, I'm a mom. I have my own job. No, it was like,
it was the real version of you.
Yeah, like I need you to go impress. Like, the serving, and like I love that. Like, I never even thought about that. That's so cool. But like, he didn't even give me like the whole I want to present myself this way. He's like, no.
Well, did I get a chance to?
Absolutely not.
I had to come in raw. I was like, yo, babe, I don't like how I look. I don't know who they looking at. I don't know nothing. Like, we coming from a workout. We was just, but I get it. Because I definitely had to go through the same thing.
Yeah.
It was a little deeper for you. But it's your element. Like, that's what you do. That's where you shine.
Yeah,
and I was grateful that it was almost like I was showing my girl off in a way that, like,
okay, it's 2023. He's showing his girl up by praying for the family.
That's
like,
different
that's
level.
a different level. Like, let's just be clear.
And I felt mad good. I felt good about the fact that my family was in it for in a different way. Like, my people wasn't jacking nobody else like that. Not like that. Like, off the rip.
No, I get it.
Off the nah. We need your future wife right now. And so it's just been
cool though.
Yeah,
I loved it.
It kind of made us realize, y'all, we gotta do this. We gotta do this for real.
It was almost like God was telling us before we said it to each other, right? Like,
with everything that kept happening.
Oh my God,
yeah,
a lot,
yeah,
a lot. But God is good, and we are, excited for.
Well, what I think started to happen after that is,
What?
well, so I met your daughter. I think your daughter was the last person to meet, and I was super nervous about that because.
Yeah. Oh my God, you were so nervous.
Yeah, because.
No.
So I've known you. Whoa, your daughter's birthday is when?
April 7th.
When did I meet you?
Even a month.
I knew you almost a month.
A couple days shy.
Technically, when I met her, it could have been a month. But when we planned to go, because her daughter doesn't live out here.
Yeah. So she's in school.
So we had to fly out.
Right.
For her birthday.
So it was her birthday. She did not want to come home, and I'm like, all right, well, I'm gonna come to you. I was going alone. I was like, listen, you can invite one of your girlfriends out. Let's go have dinner, and. I don't know how. Like, what did I invite you? Did you? You
said you had to. No. You had to talk to your daughter first.
I was like, let me just see, how she feel. And she's like, Mom, like, I'm grown. Like, what? Just bring him.
And then you hit me with the. Well, I'm going to Chicago to see my daughter, and if you want to come, and I'm like, if I want to come, first of all, I can't say no. I don't want to come, because at this point we moving and shaking too much together that if I don't want to go, it's too much to read into that. But I'm nervous. So I kept it a stack. I said, I want to go, but I don't want to go. Right. I've never met someone's child this quick. I remember the last situation I was in. It took 2.5 years.
That's insane.
No, but you got to understand, this is like a polar opposite situation. So I'm like, I'm uncomfortable. I'm like, wait, did I cross all my T's and dot on my I's here? Am I presentable as this guy that's about to meet? And first of all, this is the first time I'm dealing with someone that has a daughter and grown at that.
Grown.
So it's like so much is going on in my head.
This might as well be my mother.
I told her, y'all look like about the same age sometimes. I told her, I said, babe, I don't feel comfortable meeting your daughter right now.
I'm like, she's fine. Just come. It's okay. Like, you're overthinking it.
Well, for all the reasons I just gave, on top of that, it's just, I'm flying out. She know we just met. Like, it's so much. There's so much. And so like I was saying to myself, you know what? I really love this girl, and I could tell her daughter's cool, chill. If she's a reflection of her, she's probably even better. So
she is.
I said to myself, hey, whatever comes of it, if y'all ever talk, if you're just if you're just a good example of a man around her, cool. Because also I fear that non-connection energy, like that. I'm just here because I'm your boyfriend or husband or whatever, and that's a fearful space to be in, because I really don't want to love you and not be able to love her. If that makes sense.
No,
not so much like we gotta have the craziest, dopest relationship, but just like be able to connect.
Right.
So I'm like, this is happening right now. Right now, I'm like, nah, I'm scared.
No, I get it, but the same for me. I felt like, people might ask like, why so early? Why so soon? And for me, it wasn't even about the timing. It was about the person. And I felt like, because I told you this was one of my moments where I felt like, God was confirming you to me without saying it. It was like the moves that you were making, that we were making, and that showed me like, this is the real thing, or he's the real thing. And the moment when it was, I'm nervous, but I want to come, but I don't want to come. And I'm like, I've never been interested in allowing another man to meet my daughter. Number one, I could care less about that, because I just felt like, I'm protective mom. But then when it was time and I had to talk with my daughter, and I gave you what she said, but like thinking about it, she's like, Mom, like, you're fine. And like, it was something in that showed me like, I'm okay. And this is okay. And that you're going to be okay. And it felt like, no, seriously,
I'm glad you were confident.
No, I was like, oh God. No, but I felt safe in that moment to allow you to meet Nye. And I'm so grateful that we took that chance, because it was as if you guys already knew each other. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like you guys it was like off the rip. Like it was great. So, and it made me feel good, because I've never witnessed that. Like, if anybody knows my daughter, like, she's like, she's straightforward, you probably cut and dry.
But very sweet and humble.
Yes, very.
Very, like, it's like, those two don't really, you can't see a personality in that, but she has the perfect personality for that.
Thank you. But then, like, when they meet each other, I'm like, I'm just watching and I'm observing, and I'm like, wow, this is great. Because knowing that, like, she is not really into anything.
And I feel good about that, because it's what I want, you go into it
was a piece.
So much peace.
It was a piece.
And God he made it make sense, because I said, if this don't work, then I don't know, because like that's a big part. That's the most important part. I didn't care really about, because the family thing. You can work through that. You ain't gotta be around them all the time, but your actual family, your child. If that don't work, that's hard. Right. So I was overthinking.
That would have been like a deal breaker. That's almost a deal breaker.
But it should be a deal breaker for whoever's stepping in. Like, if you can't fill that shoe of just being a man that can love on the child and vice versa, be loved as a extended parent or a good father figure or adult figure that person trusts or cares about, and then that energy being given back to them, then it's just, I don't know, and I wouldn't want to experience it. I don't wish it on anybody that wants to build a family or a house or a loving space. You know what I'm saying? It's just not good. So I thought about all that. It's blended, but because it was so early. It was early.
It was very early.
We were figuring out our stuff still, but it wasn't like we weren't figured out. It was like, okay, well, I guess it is the next step. Right. So,
but we always said that throughout the whole relationship, like, God has given us crash course. Test and trial and tribulation to get through, because and how I mean, not to really go deep, but I just feel like because of the work that he want us to do, we got to get it now, and it's no time to waste, and no shade to nobody else that waits 1, 2, 3, 4 and beyond year.
I think we in our natural states, we've done it before. Like you've waited, I've had to wait, so it's like it was weird. It was weird.
Like, what am I waiting for? What are we waiting for again?
And that's the thing. We weren't moving. We were moving in obedience. You know what I'm saying?
Immediate.
Immediate. Like, that's, for example, after all these experiences, we went through you going on tour and us learning each other from a distance. During the tour, we did a 40-day fast.
Yes, which has been
Prayer fast, sorry.
life-changing. Prayer fast.
You didn't bring the book.
I'm gonna tag it.
We're going to tag the book.
Tag it down low.
So we did that prayer,
This is
40-day prayer fast.
2 times.
So
We did it a total
we
of
did
2.
it once throughout the tour. We did it once. It ended during your tour. By
Right.
the time you hit the tour,
Right.
it ended.
Right.
And what
Life-changing.
happened was we had to keep our spiritual connection through prayer
Right.
going, because we didn't have the fast to use
Right.
for the excuse of, oh, we gotta read today and pray today.
And I'm sorry, just to add to that, because we were away, we needed to be spiritually connected.
Yeah.
And the fast, the praying every day was a tool that God gave us because we didn't have the other level of intimacy. So I feel like this level of intimacy was like the glue to the relationship while we were distant.
Yeah.
Although this great, amazing man here came like everywhere
Yeah,
I was,
everywhere.
which was amazing. Thank you, babe. It was great because we got to explore so early on, like
We found out a lot about each other.
each other.
We're very like non-stop-ish. Like,
Yeah.
if you like, we ready to go there? Let's go there. Let's go there. Let's
We
go
both
there.
the same with that.
So we it was beautiful.
Yeah.
And that was a challenge for me too, though, because as a man, you block a lot of your chances to just love on somebody because you got your ego involved. Like, I'm legit low key chasing this girl. If you looked at it for what it was, I was like, where you at?
Oh,
I'm coming. Where you at now?
I'll be
What's your
there.
schedule? I'll be there.
Right.
And like, I wasn't thinking like that. I was thinking,
Sis turned her location on, okay?
yeah, you definitely did.
Right, had his location,
Yeah.
bro.
So-
I wake up like, where am I at now? He like, you're in Colorado.
Yeah. So like, it meant a lot to me to spend time with her while she was working, because she was also dealing with, the struggle of figuring out what that was for her the entire time too. And for me to give her the relief of just, being stuck in the tour or whatever, I was happy. I felt like, I could be who I needed to be for her.
Right.
And showing up
he was.
probably the minimum thing I could do. I couldn't do anything else.
Right. You were. You were
And it
very
kept
young.
us glued up.
Yeah.
It kept us glued up.
Yeah.
It showed you how real I felt about you. Not that I was trying to show you. I just wanted to spend time with you. I wanted to be with you. I wanted to
Right.
experience different places with you. That was
Right.
another thing.
Yeah. You can see me getting teared up. I was like, why am I getting teared up? I think that was a that was a moment for me. That was a moment for me. That tour was, Why am I tearing?
I don't know.
What does that mean?
It made me cry.
Oh my God. So being away, I would share with him that, and I shared with the tour members and, my team about how I felt like in that place, God was really doing a work in me, and that I felt really out of place, but in place at the same time. And like, I wasn't sure if I was in the right place, but God continuously showed me every day. Right. But internally, I felt like so out of place, like not qualified. I didn't feel like, not even, I felt valued because they used me, right? I was being used, but like, I felt so out of place. I'm like, look at these people and look at little old me. But like, it was like God saying like, I put you here. Like, I put you here. You deserve to be here. Quianna might not be feel qualified, but you said yes. And that's all I need from you is your yes. And because you said yes, I'm going to plant you here, and you're going to be used in so many different other ways outside of fitness. Because I even shared that with him. I'm like, some days I don't even do the work that I was hired here to do, but I'm doing the other work, the intercession, the praying and the covering, and, I'm fasting. And, I shared this with them, and they really, really like embraced me to like make me feel like, Quianna, you are here for a reason. Like, we need, like, it was said, we need you here. And I'm like, but I don't train. I haven't trained. And I'm like, why am I? But God continues to show me that there's other parts of Quianna that need to be used. And it's time now. So I guess that's why I'm like,
No, that's
cry
crazy,
baby.
because it makes a lot of sense for me too. And our relationship and my transparency with you, and how I had to cut back the layers of like letting you in
Oh my
to know what was going on
That's a
and
really
what I was
rough-
dealing with. It's crazy because I feel like a lot of men don't date women when they're in their transition in life, when they're going through.
Okay.
When they're sure about the fact that they ain't prepared to do X, Y, and Z.
Yeah.
Because they don't want to show up and feel the pressure of having to move at someone else's pace because the value that they possess requires it.
Right.
So a lot of times you sit back and you say, I'm gonna chill, I'm gonna be outside, act up, I'm gonna just go on this cycle until like I really get it together, and then I'll find my wife. I didn't get the chance to do that. My intention, like when the day we met, I told you I just need to isolate myself. I need to figure it out. And here comes my wife, and I'm like, I don't really like myself right now. I'm not Jack and Aaron.
So can I speak to that?
Well, I mean, yeah, you can.
Okay. So you know how you say you're not like, the other day when we were talking about liking stuff, and I was like, your potential, and you're like, you can't do that. But that's what I saw in that season, in that patch. It was, I know this is not his end. I see the value in you. I see it. So I'm not going to give up on you right now. I'm not going to leave you or kick you while you're down. This is where I'm going to know my position in the relationship, whether I got it 100% correct or not, because I'm still learning myself. But I knew that there was something in you that I needed to stick it out with, and I'm still, here we are. Yeah. But that's what I liked that. But
men don't believe that. They don't understand that. So it was like an experience I had to sit in and allow God to show me. Like, first of all, you know when you're blessed. You have to know when you're blessed. 9 times out of 10, most men know when they have a blessing. And most people fumble. Most people fumble it because they can't handle the blessing based on where they're at. It's like, I need this blessing to line up with this too, and this too, and this too, so I can understand how to use this blessing, or feel this blessing, or just maintain the blessing, right? So this whole entire time I'm praying, and this is why, like, God is strategic. Yeah. I needed Quianna at the time. Like I had everything I was doing wasn't working. By the time I met you, I lost another company, and then like my life got rocked. I never knew I had so many things wrong because I was just coasting because life was good. Right. And just so much started to happen that I was out of control with. All I could control is the fact that, one, I knew how to be a good man to you, and I knew you loved me where I was at. And every time I gave you a layer of what was going on with me without letting you feel it for real, I felt better about just staying in this relationship and, being in the moments that we needed to have to be in love, to be covering each other, to whatever it was. And, you would say, I remember the one time when we got to the bottom of it, you were like, yo, babe, I don't know what it is you're talking about.
Right.
I don't know what you're talking about. You're going through. I don't see it. I don't feel it. But it's like, and that's the thing, when you're a man when you gotta be a man, you do not let nobody feel what you're going through.
Right.
Like even the moments when I couldn't even get in my feelings about losing Terrell, because it was just so much going on. I just needed to man up, and you don't want nobody to see what it looks like when you're going through, but you also need them to know, like, yo, I'm going through it. I never complained to you. I just kept it a stack. I never asked for anything. I just kept it a stack. And a lot of times it's hard. But I kept praying. I kept saying, God, if you want this to work, I need you to hold your mans down. I need something to happen. I need you to flip this whole situation around. I need a miracle.
Yeah. And
that was why I think I knew, like, God was in the middle of this, because he was transforming my walk. I had to get close to him in order for things to work, because I needed the strength to come from somewhere. You know what I'm saying? It was just not going to come from what I used to do, how I used to move. It just wasn't going to work.
But those are the encounters that we need, that he'll get us to our knees draw closer to him.
You realize
I
you
always
were
say
being
that.
encountered too.
I
Like it
know.
was a blessing. Like it wasn't like no normal
Yeah, I'm
encounter.
sorry,
like,
baby.
like you know what I'm saying, it's just different. So,
Yeah.
but you know, I'm glad I was able to, like, I was able to man up, but like man of God. Up, you know what I'm saying? Like I was able to figure that out, and I'm still dealing with these transitions.
Right.
You know, I went from being a boyfriend to a husband. That the weight gets heavier,
Absolutely.
but
But
you
that's
know,
insane.
but God,
But God.
yeah.
And I think that that's what makes this so special. Like, he allowed you to walk this walk. So beginning, remember you said isolation. And I'm like, nah, I'm not about to come in between you and your isolation. You said I could help you during this isolation. And
I didn't know what that was. I didn't know what that meant. I had no idea.
well, you was talking.
I was saying
You
what I was saying.
talking.
I was being,
Hello?
God was
Yeah.
saying, talking through me.
You were led by Jesus.
It's like, God, just get this girl.
You're gonna need her.
I'm gonna need her.
Don't let her go.
Yeah, don't let this one go.
But he
Don't
knew.
fumble this one.
Right, but he knew the right one not to fumble.
Yeah.
Like he knew. And I will say this is how we know that we are each other's person, because although, this is 2023, I don't know any women that is going to be like, oh, you're in the middle of transition, I'm going to sit with you. It's hard.
Yeah.
It's hard. But this is my journey, and he know his daughter. He know his daughter. And I feel like, when I pray for strength and endurance to get through my life, I didn't know that you were attached to it. So then when you did come, those old prayers were being used during that transition in our lives. And I think that's how amazing he is. He know. So he'll plant in you early what you need along the way. So then when we in this middle of this transition, and it's hard because you not, where you want to be. So sometimes it shows in a relationship. Then I'm like, well, I don't know these things. What's wrong? And then we're able to peel back those layers, right? And then as we peel back the layers, the level of vulnerability in a relationship is like just insane. Like, it's like we are like...
That's what led us to having to go back into the 40-day prayer fast.
Yeah.
And we did 80 days of prayer fast.
And we knew each other in like 8 times. No, I'm kidding.
So we're gonna leave you with that. We had to go back into the prayer fast.
Back into it.
Because as my vulnerability kicked in and I became naked and super connected to what I wanted with her, we started to see where the cracks would come.
Right.
Not so much because of that, but because God was like, okay, now I can work on y'all. The individuals have showed up. I'm here fully, you there fully, let's do this.
Right.
And now we like, nah, let's get back into this fast because
We need it.
we need it. And we didn't know what it would lead to within the next week or two.
The next...
And with that sums up this
Hi,
session.
husband.
Hey, wife. You sexy thing, you.